Guess who's a centimeter dilated? I'm a speech language pathologist. I saw a dumpster diver this morning.
Where?
In our neighborhood. I've never seen this truck before. He had his truck like, it had cardboard on the sides of the bed. He was going down the road slowly. But then when he did the curve, there was one house, they were getting rid of one of those soccer chairs. And he stopped the car and I saw him like getting out, inspecting it, and then dumping it in his truck bed.
Monday?
Wednesday? Today is Monday. Okay, Dada, how you doing? How you feeling?
Good, good. I'm excited. It'll be fun. Tired, but I'm excited.
Ultrasound, lunch, and Chick-fil-A never gyps you. They have real flowers. Look at that. On all the tables. Like, what is this? Okay, we are currently in the boys' room. I am trying to get everything washed newborn-wise. So I'll also say how my appointment went. I think it went well. So the thing is that I have history of lupus or rheumatoid arthritis, and I've always just been considered high risk, even with my last pregnancy, and I'd say this pregnancy is going pretty well. Maybe we'll leave my pregnancy for another day, the first one. But for this one, all you need to know is I have a history of lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, and because of that history and because of my last pregnancy with the what's it called? Oh my gosh, I'm losing all my words. With the swelling and then the blood pressure checking for the preeclampsia to see if that was developing, and my son had dilated kidneys in utero. They wanted to make sure that this one was okay too, and I also hemorrhaged a bit at the end of my birth for Sir Oliver, and they're just, because it's pretty close together since my last pregnancy, they've been tracking me, even though I've been doing pretty well this pregnancy. My last ultrasounds, what they were saying was like, you know, we have to keep monitoring his kidneys and blah blah blah. But then this one today, she did the ultrasound, then left. Someone came back in, she came back in with them. They both left. They told me I could clean up, and then they came back in, they're like, hey, we actually need to do more scans, blah blah blah. So I won't really know anything until Thursday this week, but because this vlog is gonna be like an actual like week in the life type of vlog rather than my first one. By the way, I am obviously such a novice. I didn't put like what day of the week it was or like what day it was, so it's like the videos, the clips transition to like the next day without me even saying it. So I'm already apologizing to whoever watched that first video because I'm gonna keep it up. Like, this is obviously the beginning, but I was like, wow, what a rookie mistake. This morning was a little wild. I did not put an alarm on last night, so then that made me late this morning with getting ready and whatnot, but we made it at a good time. I don't think I missed too much anyway. It was just my actual computer was dead when I came to work, but we have to unplug everything before we go. I work full-time. I'm a speech language pathologist. I work in the schools. I did not get rid of my Christmas things. I'll show you soon. But when I came in, I was like, oh yeah, I have to do that. Oh wait, I also have to do this. I just had a speech meeting through my speech department this morning, so that's what I was late for, but I wasn't actually late for like my job, like the school itself. running. Today is Wednesday. I typically would be seeing kids right now. They want to reset routines and expectations, especially for the students who have a harder time getting back into a groove after 2 weeks off, and some of them even more because some of them left before the break. Currently looking for a table for our dining room to hold 6 instead of the 4 right now, and I think I found one, but I need to confirm the price because I saw this on Facebook. I want to come in person to see it, and I think it could fit. This is a table. I think it matches our chairs. I'm not sure, but I'm loving the way it looks with blue, but we're gonna see. I'm not sure. We'll see what Josh says. Typically would not eat like this, but my OB called me when I was rushing to the car this morning that the OB is at the hospital, I think doing a delivery or surgery or something. So my appointment was moved to 9:45. It doesn't really make sense for me to go to work to be there for like 20 minutes-ish and then have to drive another 30 when it could have been like 30 over 30. So 60 over 90. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh, I have never had to park in the parking garage here. I had to call them in the car and be like, I'm here. The parking is insane. She's like, oh, Wednesdays and Thursdays are horrible. It's like, good to know. Let's go to this appointment. So the OB appointment earlier went well. Guess who's a centimeter dilated? I think, I'm just feeling like he's coming in January at this point because my doctor was saying, don't get too excited. You're a centimeter dilated. And I'm over here don't worry, I'm not excited. When I got pregnant with Caleb, he is automatically due date February. But then because I took additional days off when I got back because of all of those unforeseen events, I guess it pushed back the times that I was working. So to qualify for FMLA, I have to work, I think she said 1,260 hours, right? If I hadn't taken any time off and I was just working as soon as I got back, I would qualify right before my birthday. The day I can leave work and qualify for FMLA with Caleb is if he can stay in me until February 3rd, which I'll be 39 weeks by then. And I don't know how often, or they say your second one can come quickly, but I don't know due date wise or when they actually come wise, are they consistent with coming around the same time as the last one? And she was saying for my sake, she hopes I deliver not this coming Tuesday when I'm 36 weeks, but next Tuesday when I'm 37 weeks. Because he was an ounce, I said it the other day, he's an ounce shy from 6 pounds at the end of my 34-week ultrasound. So she confidently feels that he's going to be another 8-pound baby by that point. If I were to deliver at 37, because they only get bigger by then, because I'm high risk and all that jazz, they want to make sure that nothing bad happens, which, we don't want anything bad to happen either. But then I'm also over here well, I want to qualify for FMLA. And then she was my leave specialist, she was oh, but don't worry, you have one more child rearing left. And I was like, what do you mean one more? Like, I don't even know what is child rearing. And apparently that's what I used for bed rest and staying out of work longer. So I had my regular FMLA, but then because I stood out of work longer, the schools, they'll save your position for up to a year with this leave, but like you don't get paid and you have to pay out of pocket for your benefits, right? So I was doing that, but she said, well, if you don't qualify for FMLA this time around, you still have your leave, which is like, okay, great. I have to pay out of pocket for having a baby and wanting to spend time with him. Like, how lovely is that right after I give birth to the most wonderful human being in the world? And it's just one of these moments that I'm like, you know what, God? Like, you knew exactly what was going to happen back then when I went back to work. You knew about the appendicitis. You knew about the accident. You knew about Oliver's croup. You knew, Lord, about Caleb coming and his due date and the qualifications. Like, God knows everything going on in the background. And I feel like this is like my year to just abide and really trust that like God has got us like through it all. So yes, like the enemy's gonna do what he is gonna want to do, but I just have to keep trusting that God has got me through it. I need to be a responsible mommy and wife and try to figure out some type of dinner before church. So I'm going to try and fill up the sterilizer really quickly and then start dinner. Okay, if you follow me on Instagram, then you're probably getting a cloud vibe from my feed, but I genuinely love clouds. Like, I've even said, I think to my husband, if I believed in reincarnation, I want to be a cloud because they're so beautiful. They go everywhere. They come in so many shapes and sizes, and I was looking outside just now and it's beautiful, so I have to show you. I'm sorry, but what? Look at how fake that looks. Just like an artist. I mean, God is the artist, but man, he is so good at his job. Decent. 35. This is what we're looking like. Crazy. Do you see that? Do you see my shower fixture is here before next week? Oh my gosh, I am so in love. I cannot wait to clean this place. It's gonna look so good. You have to use your imagination, but there's gonna be glass, perfection. Toilet, we would love a toilet. But I need to go get mirrors, but I am so excited right now. I'm so excited. I can't wait to shower in here.